What's up, guys? Good morning from Post Falls, Idaho. Here loading up a piece of medical equipment. You guys have seen me do it 100 times before. It's right there around the corner. Here's my ramp setup. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it in here. Then we'll talk about where we're going. Nice and warm outside, my kind of weather. 93 as a high today. So I stopped by home, grabbing my other fishing pole. Got the fly pole. We're gonna go fishing on the way to Boise area. That's where it's going. The load actually delivers to Meridian, Idaho, which is a metro area of Boise, Idaho. Let's hang it like that. Like that. There you go. Keep that from going anywhere, and we're good. If you guys want some of these and you fish, Amazon's got, whatever you want as far as fishing pole holders go. You can get more, you can get whatever. This one holds 2 poles. That's enough for me. I don't like clutter, so works out great. They don't go anywhere. They just kind of sit in one area. This is a rubber piece, not plastic, so it's nice and rubbery. It doesn't scratch anything. Same with there. Got the net, got the fishing box, so I'm all set. Time to go hit the road. I actually decided to go a bit earlier today instead of later. Usually I kind of leave towards like late afternoon. It's a 7-hour drive if you go non-stop. Sometimes you can make it in 6.5, but right now lots of road construction, so I would imagine it would take that whole 7 hours. Plus by the time you fill up somewhere and then by the time you grab some food, it's at least a 7-hour drive. So my delivery is tomorrow morning. Either way, I could have probably done a load up in the morning and run direct non-stop and probably would have made it, but wife's like, nah, don't be in a hurry, stay home with me. So I stayed home for a bit and now left myself time for fishing. It's like 1:20 in the afternoon right now, so I'll go, and then in Oregon along the way I want to stop by Oregon, maybe a little parts of Idaho if I make it before dark. I want to stop by and try to do some fly fishing along the way. We'll see what Oregon has to give us. So let's go. This is self-load, self-unload. You guys know the drill on some of these medical loads. I've done enough of them already. Let's go do it. You probably think it's like just not sunny or whatever. This is actually smoke. Otherwise you'd be seeing like mountains back there and everything, and blue skies. But all it is just smoke. We got some wind and then some, I don't know where it came from, but all this smoke is from somewhere, obviously. I'm not sure if Canada's burning as well, but I know, like, I did that load last week. That I'm not sure if this is the smoke from that or if it got worse or what's the deal, but the air quality really sucks right now. But it's okay. We're working indoors, so what we can do is always switch to circulate the air inside versus actually breathing it from the outside. You see that? It's all, I know on camera it's hard to tell, but very, very smoky. Usually it's not like this, but when it's fire season, it becomes like this. I don't even know my ETA, don't even care. Honestly, I know I'm gonna have at least 2-3 hours of fishing I can get done, so I'm definitely stopping by wherever I feel like it, wherever I see a good spot, and hopefully it's not gonna be, too windy out there, because honestly, like right here, you can't fish this because look at the wind. It's windy, so it's bringing in this wind right now, and it's bringing in the smoke. Can't feel what's biting, what's not biting. All you do is pull out your what you call it, your hook with no worm on it. That's how it ends up being. Unless you got big fish that's striking it, but even those bites you can't really feel. So I'm not a big fan of not a big fan of fishing in the wind, no matter what, boat or without a boat, doesn't matter. But we're gonna do some. We're gonna be doing some stream fishing in some of the streams and rivers, hopefully, along the way. So, wish me luck with that. Rolling. I think this is Ontario, Oregon, I believe. I believe that's what it is. Or Pendleton. No, not Ontario. Maybe Pendleton. This is Pendleton, not Ontario. Ontario is my Boise. I apologize. It was like 100 degrees earlier, 103 actually, as a high. Now dropping down to 95 as the evening continues. 6:21 p.m. and we are keeping on trucking. And I know there was a spot for fishing I liked over here. I just don't know how to get here. Like, how do you get over the fence over here? And there's a nice river over here with some deep spots. When I've seen it last, there's a pull-off over here that I looked at last time, but you know, I can't. What am I gonna do? Park right there? It says no camping, but it doesn't say no trespassing or any of that. I don't know if that's like a running, what do you call it? Like a running trail that's just not paved. But the river here is super nice. I mean, like, incredibly nice. So I don't know. I don't know, the trail's not there anymore, so I don't know. It's always like that. Whatever's forbidden, that's the lusting fruit. You know what I mean? I wonder what's for dinner tonight. I just had lunch at home, and then as far as like dinner, I do not know. I got stopped by, got a couple snacks, got some beef jerky, a couple packs, and that's really it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll make it all the way to Boise and just have a nice big dinner at a restaurant versus, you know, spending money grabbing, fast food dinner and then being hungry again in the evening. So in between, what do you guys think? What's for dinner? What would a driver want to have for dinner tonight? Check out this cab. Look at this guy. Okay. Allied Movers. Look at his cab. Look at this thing. This is like driving a big old camper. Look at that. Look. It's probably like 20 feet. I don't know, somewhere around there. He's got a shower in there. He's got, kitchen. He's got bed. Everything's in there. That's a way to travel right there. But that moving job, that sucks. That's why they have that. That's why they have the showers there for them and everything, because they're out there packing all your crap when you're moving, loading it on their truck, and then driving cross country or wherever. If you filled up their whole truck, that's the only load. If it's half or a quarter or whatever, then they stop by, do it again until their whole truck fills up, and then they go out and start delivering. And a lot of times they're unpacking as well. If you pay for it, basically what these guys will do is they'll come out, pack all your crap, bubble wrap it all for you, put it in the boxes, load up their truck, deliver it, and if you need it unboxed and unwrapped and pulled out of everything, then they do all of that too. But it's decent money for that. And that's why those guys get paid the big bucks, and those guys are almost never home as far as I know. Like almost never, just because it all takes forever. Sometimes you could be at the job packing and loading for 2-3 days, depending on the house. If it's just an apartment, then it's like, half a day or whatnot, or a full day. If it's a big old house, it could take half a week just to pack it up and load it. Let me know what your thoughts about moving jobs like that and driving a semi. Maybe some of you guys that watch do that. Explain to me a little more in the comments. What is it like? Or maybe you got a relative or a friend that does that. Let me know as well. Let me know if I'm wrong. Checking out my delivery location. It's going to be over here, but I got something personal that I found on Facebook Marketplace to pick up at 7 a.m. My delivery, I already have it set up and everything. My delivery is set for 8 a.m. So I'll be back over here definitely in time. And we'll get this thing delivered as needed. The only thing is, I'm most likely, unless that pickup is right nearby here, I'm gonna see how far it is from here. So I'll figure out whether I'm gonna just sleep here on site, or I'll just come back here in the morning by 8 and sleep somewhere closer to my other place where I'm picking up something personally, not business, don't worry. Personal, found something I'm buying on Facebook Marketplace. So I'll take a look, we'll see. Now it's time to figure that out, plus figure out a place where I want to eat, because I have not had lunch or dinner yet. So, and looking at my, I guess you can't see it, looking at my face, it doesn't even look, it looks like I could skip a lunch and a dinner times 5, huh? Have a good night, guys, until tomorrow. Checking out my delivery location. It's going to be over here, but I got something personal that I found on Facebook Marketplace to pick up at 7 a.m. My delivery, I already have it set up and everything. My delivery is set for 8 a.m. So I'll be back over here definitely in time. And we'll get this thing delivered as needed. The only thing is, I'm most likely, unless that pickup is right nearby here, I'm gonna see how far it is from here. So I'll figure out whether I'm gonna just sleep here on site, or I'll just come back here in the morning by 8 and sleep somewhere closer to my other place where I'm picking up something personally, not business, don't worry. Personal, found something I'm buying on Facebook Marketplace. So I'll take a look, we'll see. Now it's time to figure that out, plus figure out a place where I want to eat, because I have not had lunch or dinner yet. So, and looking at my, I guess you can't see it, looking at my face, it doesn't even look, it looks like I can skip a lunch and a dinner times 5, huh? Have a good night, guys, until tomorrow. Applebee's it is. It's 9:50 my hometown time / 10:50 local mountain time out here. So dinner time. Good morning. You guys ready to do some exercising? I know I am. Now it's unload time for this guy. Set up the ramp, get her off, go deliver, go home. That's how you unload and to load. It's the same thing, just backwards. So I'm gonna go inside, go grab this delivered, and then got one more piece of personal thing to do out here, and then go home time.